how to feed Amari through bolus feeding. So you'll always start with a syringe, or two in this case, her food and her water. You'll always want to wash your hands first and make sure that your surface that you're using is clean. So you'll start with a syringe and you will suck up half water first and then half food, and then you'll always want to wipe this down. Then you'll use another syringe and you'll just do food. So every time she gets fed, you'll do 2 syringes. One is half and half and one is just pure food. Okay, so Amari's been given water in the morning. She always gets water with a probiotic. And so this is her extension tube. This is what puts her food into her tummy. And this is her Mickey button right here. So to attach the extension, you'll line up the black lines like that. Sometimes it's a little tricky with one hand. You'll line it up until it clicks in and it's flush. And you'll turn it to lock it so it doesn't come off. You always want to make sure that this tube is primed, which means that there's water or food in it. You never want to pump straight air into it. And so to do that, you'll just attach this, the food or the water, whatever you're giving her, and push it through until it drips out here. And then you always want to have this clipped unless you're feeding her, because otherwise it'll just drip through and you'll have to do it again and just makes a mess. Okay, so then to attach these in-fit syringes, as they're called, because they have threads on here and they match up here, you just open this port, always making sure that this is closed, because if she's crying and you open that port, it'll squirt out everywhere. The key to this is that you don't want to do it too tight, because if you do it too tight, these will break, and we only get 4 of these a month and they're expensive. So go ahead and...
Okay.
And you always want to make sure that it's straight up and down in. You don't want to torque this anyway. If you put this in and twist it and turn it a little bit like that, it'll break. If you take it off too fast, you unscrew it and torque it, it'll break. So we just need to be a little bit mindful that we don't break this. Then you're gonna unclip that. Sometimes you have to move this little guy.
When it's closer towards the end of the week.
Yeah, when it's closer to the end of the week and these are a little brittle, you have to move this. This is a brand new one, so it's not as critical. And then you have to make sure there's no kink in here. Also, this area gets kinked too. And then you'll just slowly give it to her over maybe, it depends. It just kind of depends on how she is. If seems like she's kind of spitting up a lot or kind of reflexy, you'll do it, over 10 minutes. If she's okay, you can maybe do it over 4 minutes. So you just do it increment by increment, just slowly, slowly.
The increment depends on the person. Some people prefer to do 2 small lines. Other people will do 5. And sometimes more.
There's lines here. Yeah, it's always just seeing how Amari's doing.